the Create and Grow podcast, episode number 2, How to Sell Your Blogging Business. I'm your host, George Todorov, and I will walk you through how I sold my blogging business, thrivemyway.com, last year, and I will pull out all the takeaways and important stuff for your case, for yourself. So let's begin. If this is the right moment to sell your blog, no. Always it's good to be prepared and to have 1 or 2, even 2 years before listing the blog. Why? Because you want to optimize to the maximum all the monetization methods and make the highest amount of money that is possible. So let's imagine that at the moment you make a couple of $1,000 from display ads, which is the easiest monetization method to set up because it takes like 1 day, and after that you earn money passively. You want to use other monetization methods as well. Affiliate. You need to apply for different programs and create reviews and other content like listicle posts with different products and services that have affiliate offers. You need to create a digital product. This is another monetization method. This could be an ebook, this could be a course that is relevant to your audience, so you can earn passively from that. And you want to sell sponsored posts. This is another very good monetization method, but it may take some time and daily effort to manage all those incoming emails, because every day you'll receive let's say 30, 40, 50 emails into your inbox, and someone needs to keep the conversation going, negotiate the price with all those brands that want a sponsored post in your blog. They want a backlink, and all of those brands have different requirements, different budgets. So you need an assistant to negotiate that. But usually this is easy if you create a process for them, and your assistant can follow your process and manage your guest posting requests that arrive into your inbox. Anyway, that's another topic. So first, optimize your monetization methods to the maximum so you can make maximum amount of money, because this is what will evaluate the price. Profit multiplied by, let's say, an average number of 30. This is the evaluation price that you'll receive. This is what the seller will look. They don't look into the design or the potential of your blog. The first thing that they care about is how much this blogging business make per month. They want to check the profit, and after that they will think how much they can offer for this business. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that you need time to prepare your profit and loss reports. This is very important because all the potential buyers, all the potential buyers, they want to see your spreadsheet with your profit and loss for every month. They want to see where your income comes from in the last 12 months, how much you made from display ads, how much you make from affiliates, which are your best paying affiliates that you made money from. They need this information, so you need very diligently to write this information down in your spreadsheet. This is called P&L report, profit and loss report. When you approach a seller, or when you approach one of those marketplaces like Flipper Empire, Flippers, Motion Invest, etc., all of them will ask you for your P&L report. It's really a hassle if you have to go back in the last 12 months and collect invoices, collect payments, and create it. So make yourself a favor and be diligent from today if you are not working on your P&L, and write everything. Write every expense that you have. Write every profit that you make for every month. Be super diligent. I can send you a template if you want, so you can just directly write your numbers there. But this is something that you need for sure. It doesn't matter if you need if you're going to need a marketplace or if you're going to approach potential buyers directly. You need a P&L report. Another thing, you need a pitch deck. Probably not always, but it's always very good to have a pitch deck. Now I'm going to read a few points from my pitch deck that I created for my blogging business Drive My Way, and you'll get an idea about what your pitch deck could be. The first point I highlighted that my website has good content. I didn't call it great because it wasn't so great, actually. It was decent, it was good, it was written by native speaking writers that I hired from the US, the UK, the other native speaking countries. Also, I made very intense keyword research, so each article was focused on a keyword. And it was super well optimized. I didn't use AI to create content, besides a small experiment with a few articles generated by AI. But out of 700 articles, 30, 40 articles by AI is nothing. So not worth mentioning even. So the first point, good content. Second point, 4 monetization methods. Display ads, affiliates, sponsored post placement, digital product, which was my course. Actually, I had an ebook as well, but from this ebook I made something like $100, so I didn't even mention it. Most of the buyers, they prefer if you have more monetization methods, because even if one monetization method stop paying, then the other income streams keep coming. Only they don't like so much if you make too much money from sponsored posts, because two reasons. First reason is that it takes effort to keep the conversation going with those brands that send you emails, to negotiate with them, and probably you need to have a process for your VA to manage that, as we mentioned in the beginning of the podcast. So you can create a process and you can tell your potential buyer, hey, but I have this process for a virtual assistant, and it takes them like 2 hours per day to work on the guest posting requests that we get into our inbox, and I pay my VA $6 or $7 per hour, and this is what they achieve. They make $3,000 per month out of this monetization method, so they can see that it's not so time consuming as it looks like. Another key point in my pitch deck was authority mode website. My website was DR76 when I was listing it, and organic traffic was more than 200,000 per month. So it was pretty good. Most of the websites that get listed, they are not in authority mode. They are small niche websites, or they have some fake backlinks. Now we are going to the next point, great links. I had links from 6,000 referring domains, and some of the domains that were linking to my website were sites like Wix, HubSpot, BBC, BigCommerce, Los Angeles Times, MSN, Namecheap, Psychology Today, TechCrunch, Yahoo.com, DHL.com, Entrepreneur, Invato, Fortune.com, Neil Patel, also linked to me, Note.com, Search Engine Journal, SEMrush, VentureBeat, ThinkFic, ConvertKit, Hostinger, Monday.com, Standard.co.uk, BuzzSumo, Lifehack, Kajabi.com. So for everyone who understands SEO, PR, link building, just a little bit, having those backlinks is great. It's amazing to have so strong domains linking back to your website. That's a very strong selling point for me. Partnerships and guest posting. I was selling also my partnerships because I was doing link building with other partners, and we had ongoing conversations. We were exchanging links in our guest posts, so I was selling those partnerships as well. Because when I sell my domain, I sell my email as well, that is under this domain. So the buyer could just inherit and take over my partnerships. That was incredibly helpful for someone who has a link building agency. And also, point number 6, you get all of our processes. I had processes for keyword research, processes for creating outlines and briefs for the articles, optimizing, formatting, publishing, link building. So the potential buyer gets everything, all the processes. Keyword research, I also made keyword research for the next 12 months. I have identified 500 potential topics that the buyer could write about, or his writers, so they don't need to make any keyword research. Action plan for the next 2 years. I said that I can create such plan. My buyer, in my case, didn't ask me for that, but this is another strong selling point, because many of the buyers, they are not SEO specialists, they are not bloggers. So if you tell them, hey, I can create you a 2 years, 1 year, 3 years plan for the next for the future, so you can just follow the plan and develop the blog and achieve this and this, they will be happy. Most of them will like that. Also, I mentioned that I'm selling my team as well. I had a team with freelancers who were working on the blog. So if the buyer wanted to acquire the website, they have the option to continue working with my team who was managing the website. In my case, the buyer had a very strong team. He didn't need to hire my people, but that's another strong point that you can use, because many of the potential buyers don't know what to do. They don't have a team. They just want to invest their money and start making passive income. So if you have the processes, if you have the team, and you sell them with your business, because they're part of your business, your buyer will be super happy about that. So yeah, that was my pitch deck. Now let's get back to what buyers are looking for. First, as I said, they are looking for how much money your blog makes per month. They are looking for the profit, not the revenue. Which means that if you have a very high revenue and not so high profit, you need to look into your expenses and reduce your expenses for the next 12 months. So your profit will appear higher, and this will allow you to ask for more money. You'll have the option to ask for higher price. How much you spent on the blog, how much time you spent on your blog is another important thing for your potential buyer, because most of them want to buy something that is making money passively. They don't want to buy a job, to buy something that they will spend 4 hours or 6 hours per day. They want something that will just bring another income stream, that will bring them cash flow without any hassle. So you need to either have a business that is run on its own, which is very difficult, or you need to have processes and team that you are selling together with the online business. Also, they want to know what is the cost to run your business. We already mentioned that you have to optimize your costs very well before selling it. How to sell? First, I would like to advise you to go to your personal connections and tell them, hey, I decided to sell my blog. Here it is. Here is my P&L profit and loss report, this spreadsheet. This is my pitch deck. Those are my stats. Everything is in your P&L report. They can see the profit, the loss. They can see the traffic as well, page views every month. So they have all the information. They don't need to ask you anything. And you reach out to all possible connections. You wait a little bit to see if you can sell to any one of them. And after that, you go to marketplaces and brokers such as Flippa, Empire Flippers, Motion Invest, Acquire.com, etc. Why? Because it's always good first to try to sell yourself without the broker, because in those marketplaces you pay a brokerage fee that you can save. Actually, you know, a dollar saved is a dollar earned, so it's better to try your personal connections first. But before listing in those marketplaces, you want to make a list with all those conversations that you have with your personal connections. Put their names in a spreadsheet or in a simple list and send to your brokers and tell them, hey, listen, I had started ongoing conversations with those potential buyers. So if I sell to any one of them, I don't owe you a commission. Please confirm that you understand that. This is what I did with my blog. First, I reach out to all the people I know that could potentially acquire the business. People that are acquisition directors in companies, people that acquire blogs, that acquire businesses that I know. And I offer them the blog. Of course, it takes a lot of time for them to review, to get back with questions. Then I answer. I have to collect more statistics, more data. So it takes a couple of weeks probably. And I collected a list and I sent to my brokers. So they know if I sell to any one of them, then I don't owe a commission because it was not the broker who helped to make the deal. And now I'm going to tell you about my experience with different brokers. I will be completely transparent and honest about it, so you can make the choice on your own when you are listing your blogging business. First, I was 100% sure that I'm going to sell with Empire Flippers because I knew someone from their team. This guy Christian that I met personally in Barcelona in the conference there last year. So I reached out to him. I told him, hey buddy, I'm ready to sell. I have the P&L. I have everything that you asked me to prepare. Let's list it. And then came the cold shower. One of his team checked the website and told me that they offer me a very low evaluation. They offered me something like evaluation price of $73,000, which was nothing that we discussed previously. Because listen, 73 is not so little number, but actually, if you think about it, you are listing it for 73, and after that, the potential buyer will make you an offer for, let's say, the best case for you for 50. Let's say 50. And after that, you make the sale. You have to pay 15% brokerage fee to Empire Flippers. This is their percent. or at least it was back then. And you make very little money out of those 73. So I told them, no, I'm not selling for this price. I'm not listing for this price. All the best. Bye bye. Then I tried two more brokers, Motion Invest, because I knew Spencer Hoss. I was listening to his podcast. So I messaged him through his email if he knows someone who wants to buy my blog. And he suggested that I speak with Motion Invest. But what turned me off there was that they offered me a price that was decreasing every 2 days. So if I don't say yes right now, and if I say yes like 4 days, I lose something like $4,000 for those 2 days, because every 2 days it goes down with 2K. And I just didn't feel good about this approach, because yeah, it just doesn't feel good. Usually if someone tells you take it or leave it, you have 24 hours, usually it means that they realize that the price they offer is a way too low, and they don't want to allow you time to think about it and realize it. This is what I think from psychological point of view. Acquire.com, completely free to list there, but they sell almost only SaaS businesses. There, I was looking for someone to help me evaluate the website and list it, but they don't offer that. So I just gave it up. They were not very helpful from support point of view. And after that, excuse me, I didn't have much choice, so I had to go to Flippa. And I had heard so many horror stories about Flippa. If you check their reviews, you can see as well that many people talk a lot of hate, a lot of shit about Flippa. And I was thinking, why is that? And I was reading all the comments, all the negativity that was thrown to them. And I realized that if I go with Flippa, I need to have my dedicated personal agent to help me with everything, because their support was terrible. I tested their support before that, and they didn't, their free support, I mean, they didn't get back on time, or they just close tickets, create new tickets. One of the worst supports that I have ever seen. But I thought, okay, I'm going to pay the premium price. It was something like $600, and I will get this agent who will take care of me and who will walk me through the whole process and will make sure that I make everything right in my listing and that I will not be lost and I will not be scammed. Because, if you're selling your blog for the first time, you have this fear that you may get scammed, actually. So yeah, I got my agent. His name was Ashwin. Thanks, Ashwin. You are the best agent. He was super helpful, and he walked me through the whole process. And thanks to him, I listed my website for $162,000. He told me, listen, we are the biggest marketplace in the world, so we have many potential clients, and we can go for that price. We can give it a try. Let's see what will happen. And we can drop it after that if it doesn't work well. It was summer. I think it was June or July when I listed it. So many of the people were on vacation, and that was one of my mistakes, actually. But even then, 200 people reach out to me, asking me questions, asking about different statistics as well. Some of them made me offers, 50, 60, $70,000, but I kept rejecting those offers. I had one super interested player in the marketplace, a Flippa, He was DJ from Serbia, and he asked me right off the bat, "Hey, what payment method do you receive?" I said, "We have two payment methods, Flip-a-Pay and one more, I forgot what was that." So I said, "Doesn't matter for me, whatever you want." And then he just disappeared for 3 weeks. And during that period of time, I kept conversation going with my personal connections as well. I had one super interested person who offered me more than 100,000 for the blog, and that was a price that I was happy with. But I just felt that this person is a tough cookie to make business with, because I was looking for very easy exit without the nerves, without very long due diligence, without problems during the due diligence. Because if you uh, get down your listing and you are in 5 weeks due diligence, and then all the power is in the buyer's hands, and if he decides not to buy the website, you are pretty much fucked up to list it again. All the potential buyers will see that it was got down and then listed again, so they will not like that, and they will try to lowball you even more. And this guy was a tough cookie. This is what I realized from our conversation, so I rejected him. It was important for me to sell easily, and also it was very important for me to sell with very, very few NDA clauses, because I wanted to be able to tell the story that I'm telling right now. So a very severe NDA would not be the best choice for me. And here comes one of the biggest companies in our industry. I'm not sure if I can mention their name, but probably you know their name, because they're one of the big players that often buy and acquire businesses. Apologize, guys. My phone rang, which disrupted my camera, because I'm using my iPhone camera, and I had to start again. So I put my phone on do not disturb mode right now, and I hope that it will work better. And if someone rings me, it will not disrupt the video again. So let me continue from where I stopped. This big company from our industry got interest to acquire my website, because they acquire many websites. That wasn't a surprise for me. I approached them, I offered my website, and we started the conversation going with their acquisition director. But then he stopped replying my emails, I think because it was in the middle of the summer and many people were taking a vacation. And yeah, after that, I had already sold my website, and he reached out to me, "Hey, I'm ready to buy it. Let's jump on a call and finalize it." I was, "What? I already sold it, bro. Sorry, but uh, you are a little bit late." But anyway, I think it's better that it happened like that, because I have been doing business with this company before. They are fine, but they have a whole legal department in their company, which means that the agreements, the contracts, NDA will not be nice for me. And probably I wouldn't have this opportunity to tell you this story right now if I had signed and sold to them. So for me, it was very important to sell to someone who will not make me problems to tell the story, and will not have any requirements about NDA. That was this DJ from Serbia. That was one of the first people who contacted me. 3 weeks after the first contact, he reached out again to me, and he said, "Okay, I'm ready to buy. Let's sign a deal." And was a little bit surprised because he didn't contact me for 3 weeks, but he told me that he was on vacation. Hey, sorry, I was on vacation. Let's finish the deal now. So yeah, guys, if you want to sell your website, don't do my mistake. Don't list it in June. Don't list it in July, in August. Maybe don't list it even in September. If it's summer vacation, don't list it. Don't list it around Christmas as well. List it in the time where people are working and when they do business. Let me explain how my deal went. So the buyer submits a letter of intent with the offer, and you can accept. If you accept, then you go to due diligence process where he gets access to your Google Analytics, to your Mediavine, for example, if you use this display ad network. He gets access to your WordPress, to your everything that he asks, basically. And he checks if there are any problems with the income, if everything is as you say, basically. So if you say that you make $5,000 per month, but then he checks your books and you have made $2,000 and you can't prove the difference, why it happened, you can't prove that you made those 3K, then there is a big problem. Yeah, it doesn't match, basically. And after the due diligence, which usually takes 3-4 weeks, the next step is to get the money. You transfer them the domain, which takes a couple of days, and during that time, the money should come to your bank account. They will just release the money when they receive the domain. In the meantime, the money are in the middle, in the escrow service of Flippa. And after that, you get the money, and that's it. Deal done. You have to go and pay your taxes, basically. So yeah, that was my story for selling my website. This guy was super easy to do business with, and the due diligence process didn't exist pretty much. It was like 2-3 days. I felt that from the conversation with him that he's super cool person to do business with. He's easy to do business with, and that's why I agreed to sell to him, because I didn't want to create myself additional stress, additional problems, and to go to due diligence process with someone who will tell me, okay, but listen, here is another problem because now Google update hits. Yeah, that's another thing. If your website gets hit by big G during the due diligence, probably the buyer will want to reduce significantly the price, or will just reject the deal at all. So you don't have any power during the due diligence. They still can cancel the deal. So always try to do business with a buyer who is easy to work with and where the due diligence will be shorter period of time. 1 week is enough to check everything, if everything is as you say. So you don't need to agree to 4 or 5 weeks of due diligence, I think. The shorter it is, the better. Because if G update hits you, then you are pretty much fucked up. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Create and Grow podcast. If you like what I'm sharing with you, please subscribe to my podcast. Also visit my website, createandgrow.com, to check my services and my courses. And have a great day. Bye bye.